My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video. Yo, what is up, peoples? Playing some Uncharted 3 online. Like, let me say that again. Playing some Uncharted 3 online. Can I say it just one more time? Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Playing some Uncharted 3 online. Some people been asking their brother, you know, how come you don't do no more Uncharted 3 gameplays, my black brother? Well, honestly, all I have to say is this. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Bet cash, you guys don't know where I got that from, but saying that, playing some Uncharted 3 online, on that PS3, and, you know, like I said, some people have been asking me, how come I don't do no more gameplays for this game? Honestly, I don't play Uncharted online at all anymore. Like, I don't enjoy Uncharted 3's online. I mean, it's still playable, but I just don't enjoy playing it. Like, it should be no secret that I enjoyed Uncharted 2's online way more than 3. And yes, you can still play Uncharted 2 online, but it kind of takes a while sometimes to find games, and I don't really feel like going through that. That online is kind of dead. And, I just don't really enjoy playing Uncharted 3 online. But, you know, you can still catch me playing Uncharted. Like, I still play Uncharted just because I love the stories for these games. You know, I'm not BG, okay? I bought Uncharted for the single player. He bought Uncharted for the multiplayer. Shots fired in this sucker. But saying that, playing some Uncharted 3, and I was thinking about, you know, Uncharted and PlayStation 4 and what possible launch titles will be on PlayStation 4 and what possible exclusives will be on PlayStation 4. And because we're talking about exclusives and we're playing Uncharted 3, you know, a brother had to be thinking about that Uncharted 4. You know, I do feel that it's a given Uncharted 4 will be on PS3, on not PS3, I hope it doesn't come out on PS3, but no, I think it's a given that Uncharted 4 will be on PlayStation 4. You know, just because Uncharted is one of the best exclusive franchises you can get on PlayStation, and but I don't think it'll be a launch title. I think they will wait to see, you know, the full potential and power that the PlayStation 4 has, and then take advantage of it. You know, I don't feel that they would put it as a launch title when they don't really know the whole can I even say this word? It's so big of a word for me to say. You know, I don't use this word too often. But I don't think they would put Uncharted 4 on the PlayStation 4 as a launch title until they know the whole in-countries? No, it's why can't I say this word? In-countries? I think that's, I'm sorry, you know, I don't use that word too often. I could easily edit this video, make this moment right here to never hit the internet, but I don't care. Our brother likes to keep it 103. But yeah, inconsistencies, the whole inconsistencies of I don't know why I couldn't say it. I think I was trying to think if that was the right word, but I don't think they will have Uncharted 4 be a launch title until they know the full potential of the PlayStation 3, if you get a brother's drift. So, but I do think it'll be a given it's on PlayStation 4. And you know, I was thinking, by the way, if you haven't played the Uncharted games and you plan on getting into them, I would suggest you to stop watching this video because there will be some spoilers. I'm going to be talking about the stuff that happened in the previous Uncharted, so that's just a warning. Don't say a brother did not tell you so. So saying that, Uncharted 1's story was the whole thing with Francis Drake's voyage and trying to find the lost treasure of El Dorado. You find out that the treasure is cursed. Like, the freaking treasure turns people. I don't know if you guys remember, but I forgot that guy's name. Oh my god, it was the guy that had the gray hair. The old white guy, and Navarro was working for him. It was the guy that shot Sully like real early in the game of Uncharted 1, and I forgot his name, but he finally got his hands on the El Dorado treasure, and he opens it up, and that black mist comes out, and as he breathes in that mist, like, he freaking turns into. He didn't actually turn into those things that you were fighting when, like, you were in that freaking dark cave and those things were like coming out the wall. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that part was scary. I don't care. Like, that part right there was more scary than Resident Evil 6 is today. But and some people say that those things killed Eddie Raja. Some people are still saying to this day Eddie Raja is not dead. I don't know, but it appears that he died with those things. But you found out that the El Dorado treasure was cursed, and those things were people before, but it turned them into that. And that was the whole story of Uncharted 1. Uncharted 2 was the whole thing with finding the lost fleet of Marco Polo, and that led you into Shambhala with the whole. And then when you got to Shambhala, you found those freaking creatures. Well, they weren't even creatures. They were people dressed as like freaking monkeys. like they were dressed as like big. I can't even what did they look like? They freaking had horns, and they were like. They were people in costumes dressed as like man beast, and like when you finally killed them, because it took like 200 shots to kill these things, and you finally found that they were actually people behind these things, like you was like, why weren't they dying? And you found out that in Shambhala there was this tree of life, and around this tree of life there was this sap, and if you drunk it, it turned you like not immortal, but it made you stronger. And in turn with that's why Lazarevich was the final boss of Uncharted 2, because he drunk that sap and it made him way stronger. It got rid of that freaking scar he had on his face, and it just like turns you. I don't even know what that sap did. It just made you way stronger, and it took a lot of shots to kill you. And that was the whole thing with Uncharted 2, the Shambhala and Marco Polo, and but it was still tied in with Francis Drake. Uncharted 3. Some people say that Uncharted 3 story was bad. I don't think it was bad. Uncharted 3 story, I enjoyed it. It's arguable. People are always debating which story was better, Uncharted 2 or 3. I'd say this, Uncharted 2 story was better. I feel it was way more put together than Uncharted 3 story, but I enjoyed playing Uncharted 3 story more. If that makes sense. Like, Uncharted 2 story was better. It made more sense. It was more well put together, but I enjoyed playing through Uncharted 3 story more, if that makes sense. The only gripe I have about Uncharted 3 story is I didn't like the ending. Actually, I hated the ending. Like, it was an ending where it was they lived happily ever after. They go off into the sunset, freaking holding hands. It was just like when I beat the game, I was like, that's it? Like, that's how you're going to end this? Like, it just wasn't a satisfactory ending, and I just feel they could have did way better with the ending. That's the only thing I didn't like about Uncharted 3 story. So, but with Uncharted, every Uncharted has been based on something that's happened in history and some type of voyage or adventure of Francis Drake. And I feel that for Uncharted 4, they should take a different direction, like change up the story, because every Uncharted has somehow been tied in with Francis Drake's journey or something like that. And because it's based on history, Uncharted story, I feel that they could do so much stuff with it. Like, and I was looking at some of the unexplained mysteries of the world. A brother was doing his research, but so I was looking at some unexplained mysteries of the world, just like stuff like crop circles and freaking Bigfoot, UFOs, Area 51, What else? What else? The Mayans' prediction of the end of the world, the Bermuda Triangle. Like I was looking at all this unknown stuff, like and stuff like that. And you know, since Uncharted story is always based on history, I feel like they could change up the story, make it something completely different from what happened with Francis Drake's journey. And say if the story in Uncharted 4 was to find the Mayan calendar, like try to predict like how the Mayans predicted the end of the world and try to find the calendar that they made to predict these things, or like the Bermuda Triangle. If you guys don't know what that's about, let me cause you do you think I know this stuff by heart? Absolutely not. The Bermuda Triangle, sometimes called the Devil's Triangle, is an area in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. The triangle doesn't exist according to the US Navy and the freaking government, of course, but basically it's an area where a number of aircraft and surface vessels and freaking aircraft, boats, stuff like that, they were said to disappear in that area, and no one knows why. Unknown circumstances, and you know, just stuff like that. Like there's so many unexplained mysteries in the world. The Bermuda Triangle, the Mayans' prediction of the end of the world, UFOs, freaking aliens if they exist or not. And since Uncharted is always based on something that happens in history, they like the sky's the limit for the story. Like I don't feel like Uncharted story can ever end because there's so much stuff always going on, and you know, in history. So like why not? Like you could change up the story, have it be different from what happened with Francis Drake's journey, and change it up. You know, Uncharted 4 on PlayStation 4, you know, you could change up the story, make it something completely different from looking for a treasure or something like that, because it's based on stuff that happened in history. So I feel that because there's so much unexplained mysteries in the world, they could definitely change up the story for Uncharted 4, and you know, make it something like the Mayans' prediction of the end of the world, or their Bermuda Triangle. It doesn't have to be those things, but those were just predictions. But saying that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you feel like the story should be for Uncharted 4? Leave comments or video response. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch you guys in my next one. All right, peace out.